We are working through the diagnostic test questions, so let's go ahead and tackle the next 5 questions. Between you and I, or between you and me and the bartender, I find the Sazerac's potent cocktails. Alright, that's some cocktail that we're not familiar with, um, but we're only analyzing the grammar part. Between you and I is usually what you're going to hear, and that's really incorrect. That is incorrect every time, 100%. It has to be between you and me. And the bartender bar, we usually wouldn't say it this way. That's just a special expression they are using here, so let's leave that out and consider the between you and I, between you and me. This is a prepositional phrase, because between is a preposition, and what comes after a preposition is called the object of the preposition. And so you need the objective case of the pronoun if you're going to stick a pronoun in there. And so it's like saying to me, for him, to him, by him. You would never say by I, to I, or for I. And so we're not going to do that with between either. All right. We can't tell with the you, because you is the same in the subject case or the object case. So that part kind of leads to the confusion. But it should be between you and me 100% of the time. Leave all arrangements to her and me, or to she and I. Some people just try to sound a little more sophisticated by using the I in phrases like this, but this is again a prepositional phrase, and you need to have objective case pronouns. It is to her, you would say, and to me, you would say. So if you separated it out, that's how you would say it. You would never say to she or to I, and you shouldn't when you have two pronouns either. I expected the gentleman caller to be he or to be him. Well, this is a special case of a linking verb here, basically connecting this caller to this person. And because they are the same person linked together, we need to use the same case for it. And so the sentence is, I expected the object here, the gentleman, to be what? An object. And so we're going to need him in that case. Okay. Number 4, if one tries to whistle while laughing, he must be optimistic or they must be optimistic. The reason we use the they normally in speech is that we don't, when we say something like one or everyone, we don't want to limit it to just the guys, and we don't want to sound like we're talking only about men. And so we use the they to include the women as well, so we don't sound sexist in that sense. But grammatically speaking, the tradition is that you choose the he, the masculine pronoun, and it does include everyone. It's not a sexist thing to choose he. And if you feel that it is limiting the person to males only, then you should use a she, and the she would include everyone as well. But grammatically speaking, one is singular, so the pronoun that you choose to replace it has to be a singular pronoun, not a plural one, which is acceptable in speech, though, in colloquial speech. Each of these bananas has a split in its side or their side. You have a pronoun, its, and we need to find the antecedent for that pronoun. The antecedent is the word that we're replacing, and it is not the bananas, because that bananas is in a prepositional phrase, and so we're going to ignore that. The subject is each, singular word, and that's why it used a singular verb. Each has, split on its side. The book that we're using is English Made Simple. Please purchase the book.